Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Info Hazard Podcast Show. Welcome. I am your host, Danny. With me are my equal co hosts, Sam, filling in for David, and Phil, filling in
for
for
myself.
himself. Great minds think alike. Yeah, but so anyway, today I wanted to discuss that the fascism is coming from inside the house, the Massachusetts State House. Not your house, luckily. Not yet. But it could be.
Got me going.
So anyway, Massachusetts, famously a very democratic state, is passing a law that I think is super fascist. So what they want to do is ban social media for all children under 14. I want to discuss the fact that in order to enforce this, they would require some sort of verification that somebody's not 14 before going on social media, which, mostly is going to be people uploading their government IDs or having their faces scanned to make sure they're not a kid, which
Good,
seems
smart.
very, very restrictive.
Get that important information into the hands of companies.
Yeah. And
match
then,
the username
locked
with
tight.
the person.
Never leak. They never ever leak data to, say, the entire internet routinely.
Yeah. But so, all these establishment Democrats are spending their time railing about fascism, and then they pass a law like this that's just a fascist wet dream. They can track everything you're doing or posting on the internet. And they define a social media so broadly that it's going to include a ton of sites that you wouldn't necessarily think of as social media, like Wikipedia or even Roblox, because it defines social media as any online service, quote, that displays content primarily generated by users and allows users to create, share, and view user-generated content with other users.
Now, see, maybe children should be allowed to vote, because it's not a good idea, but if you're gonna do something so anti in their interests as to take away all of the children's Roblox all at once, it feels like their only alternative is violence. So they should have some sort of, before they go around burning down schools, you should have some sort of recourse to this.
Yeah, I feel like most of the most popular video games in the past 20 years would, like Minecraft is even just modding communities and Warcraft 3 custom maps. That was all user-based, user-submitted.
User-submitted content, I mean.
A lot of great ideas were made in Warcraft 3 that got made into full-fledged games. A lot of people started their careers off that. That just feels so restrictive.
Yeah, plus can't people just parent their kids? If you don't want kids going on social media, just don't give them a phone. Don't let them do it. Phil, you're a parent. Do you have some perspective here? What do you think about this?
No, but that's a separate issue. It has nothing to do with. No, I don't know. I mean, you as a parent have wide-ranging powers that I would not want to hand over to the government. You have power of attorney over your children, basically. You basically get to decide everything for them when it comes to what accounts they do and don't have access to. And that includes Roblox. Be careful of how you set up their Robux or whatever, because they, those games are designed to spend your money. Teach your kids early and often about responsible spending in video games. Don't blow your life savings on cosmetics for Dragon Tycoon K-pop Demon Hunters version or whatever it is. But yeah, there are a wide variety of tools built into devices that you can use to limit screen time, limit access to apps, all sorts of things.
Or we could just ask the government to ban all kids from social media and not have to do any parenting, right?
Okay,
that sounds way better.
Hello, police? My kids are playing Minecraft.
Because I do think we're all jumping on the no bandwagon here, but I will say, if you have Instagram, TikTok, those are algorithms designed to kind of poison your kid's mind. It's going to make, if you have girls, they're going to give them body images because it's that's what they're going to filter them, and that's what sells to their advertisers. For boys, they're going to go down that Andrew Tate thing and buy G Fuel, or they even sell protein powder in Costco now, the whole looks maxing. And so I think there is some validity if you look at companies like TikTok, Instagram, and all those where it's no matter what you do, even if you go with basic parental controls, it will still show your kid bad stuff. And a parent can't always be looking at their phone. They could you do have. I think the government does have an argument like these are as bad or worse than cigarettes for kids, but it's all mental, so we don't see the damage.
Mm.
And maybe they could have. I don't know if they're just like swinging the ban hammer too hard on this. Sounds like they're just saying internet bad. Upload your ID.
Yeah, I think that the cure is worse than the disease here. I think you're effectively banning children from the internet, and to be alive now and to get employment in the future is you need internet access, basically.
Everyone requires an email.
I do think there is some value to carefully monitored internet access from a very early age. I'm stepping up for particularly Roblox here, but Roblox is bad. In many ways, it's been like a haven for child sexual predators, and it's a really nasty place. If you take like the absolute worst of any of these sites, it's gonna, make them look like absolute hellholes. But personally, having like I'll play games with my kids, and mostly the thing that should be concerning to you in Roblox is just how kind of stupid everything is. But it's also it's just silly humor. It's like, yeah, they're embracing the brain rot, as they say. So
Not every cartoon can be Bluey.
no. Yeah, I'm like to drill down on that a little bit. It's like not every cartoon can be, and I think definitely shouldn't be, also made for adults.
Mm.
I think that's something a lot of parents get caught up on. Like, it is okay to have something be just dumb and fun and just for you, not for like the whole family. Like, I think there is value to Tun Tun Sahur or whatever.
I
Like,
love that. I don't know what it is, but I love the name.
just super nonsense. The brain rot, I guess, is the nonsense is the effect, but brain rot is the current term. Yeah.
And then, so just to give an example for people of why this is so bad. So right now, the federal government has summoned Reddit, the firm itself, to a grand jury because they're trying to get the information of a Reddit user.
I use that website a lot. I would not want to talk to the physical manifestation of Reddit. That sounds like a nightmare.
What was it? That one cartoon where they go to visit the internet? Wreck-It Ralph? And you see Reddit Man or something?
Yeah, my lady.
Okay, so the original subpoena that they sent was looking for a wide range of data on a particular user. Reddit is being taken to court to unmask him, and they want his IP address, his physical address, his email address, several months of data back. And so this was just an administrative subpoena, which doesn't require a judge's approval. And so he got representation from a civil liberties place. And then they fought back and they withdrew the subpoena and then convened a grand jury and subpoenaed them under the grand jury. Reddit has declined to state whether or not they will be fighting the government's case here.
So does that have anything to do with the Massachusetts bill?
This is an example of why the Massachusetts bill is so bad, right? What is saving this guy is that it's so hard for the government to figure out who he is, and so he has time to fight back, right? But if they are just able to instantly tell because he had to post using his official government ID and he's dissenting, and then they come over here and just snatch him out. Free speech is more important than ever in our current situation, and this just has a really stifling effect on free speech. Like, people will be much more scared to post things critical of the government when the government is acting like this and will know their real name.
I can see that because what is this guy even doing? Like, why is he even being subpoenaed? And the government, because it's like what Massachusetts, like you could easily see that being like a national database, like what China has, where it's like, if you want to do anything on the internet, you like your social security number, everything is tied to your access to that. And, they don't like what you're saying. Even if you don't go to jail, you get like a little red flag on your account. You're not a good citizen.
Yeah, that sounds like China, but now it's starting to sound like America too, which what the fuck?
I think an interesting take on it would be like, YouTube has you do your uploads, and if it has any musical thing, there's like the DMCA takedown, where it's like a lot of it's just AI automated. You get into a situation where the government, you can see using an AI in the future, you say something negative against ICE, and it just auto flags you for 6 months in jail. You say the wrong thing. The UK has started doing that, sending people. I think it's hate speech. It's pretty clear. But you can see like
well, the definition of hate speech gets a little hazy when things like Free Palestine are considered hate speech or whatever.
But you can easily see a government looking at a huge social media site like Reddit, and if they had your ID, anything you said that the government didn't like, auto flagged by an AI. Why even bother with a judge? All right, the cops are coming to arrest you.
Yeah,
So,
and even if it doesn't go that far, if they just send people to the door to intimidate you, then a
mhm,
lot of people will be posting less. Even people, I would guess, even these automated things that they're sending out, like the government is requesting your information because you upvoted a
mhm,
comment that said "fuck ICE" or whatever. Like people are going to be less inclined to do that because they're only human. They don't want to get run over by the behemoth of the U.S. government.
yeah.
It's just so frustrating that, like, this is something that both political sides just love to do, this "let's increase the surveillance state." I just want a no surveillance state party to vote for. Why is that so hard?
Let's protect the kids and build a surveillance state.
Yeah, that's the
Really
other
make
thing too,
sure
is,
that
like, it's only ever, like, we're protecting the kids.
Mhm.
Somehow parents can no longer be trusted to do any sort of parenting, so we need the nanny state to take over their job for them.
I mean, this is probably pushed by parents, I'm sure. I mean, I get it. All the bad stuff about Instagram, that makes sense to me.
well, you could ban
Like how do
Instagram.
you punish a giant corporation like that? Well, I mean, you can't parent Instagram. The only way you can affect Instagram is through public means, through advocacy. I mean, legally. And it's a government. But then you get into this thing where if you crack down on that company, how do you draw that border around it? And it gets pretty fuzzy because a lot of things could be defined as social media. So yeah, it's tricky. I see how Democratic lawmakers get roped into these sort of schemes,
Coaxed into a snafu.
Surprised to
But
see Massachusetts doing that.
yeah, so while I was doing some research for this article, I found some kind of funny things about Massachusetts. So, first of all, they still have a blasphemy law on the books. Let me read you this law to give you an idea of how great
Awesome.
and modern this law that they have is. Section 36. Whoever willfully blasphemes the holy name of God by denying, cursing, or contumeliously reproaching God, his creation, government, or final judging of the world, or by cursing or contumeliously reproaching Jesus Christ or the Holy Ghost, or by cursing or contumeliously reproaching or exposing to contempt and ridicule the holy word of God contained in the Holy Scriptures, shall be punished by imprisonment in jail for not more than 1 year, or by a fine of not more than $300, and may also be bound to good behavior. So,
Bound to good behavior.
yeah, I'm sure that's a legal term that has some sort of meaning.
Okay.
They also still have
Can I just
sodomy laws on the books.
can I
Alabama
save the
repealed their
audience?
sodomy laws, and Massachusetts still hasn't. The point is, Alabama's repealed theirs. Massachusetts hasn't. Get your shit together, Massachusetts. Sorry, what were you going to
Just
say?
save the audience a Google. Contumeliously means without respect in a disdainful manner. So don't profane the name of the Lord in a disrespectful manner.
So,
Anyone who's read History of the Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire by Edward Gibbon would also know this word because he loves this word, and contumacious.
Yeah, so I
a
wasted my
similar word.
time. Like everyone in the audience has already read that.
Of
yeah,
So
I
course.
mean that's just some light bedtime reading.
If you're a Massachusetts resident and you can explain this sort of thing, let us know. But yeah, pretty embarrassing, and I hope Democrats stop the surveillance state bullshit. I don't know,
yeah,
you guys have any...
and be careful though if you send us a response and you live in Massachusetts, because I imagine your anger might get riled and you might contumeliously profane the name of the Lord. So try to avoid that, or else the long arm of the law smash down on your head.
I mean, Massachusetts has a lot of lawyers, right? I mean, that's where like all the lawyers and suits are from. That one school, I think it's called Harvard.
But yeah, so if you're a viewer and you think this is a good idea, you're wrong. This is a bad idea. But go ahead, leave a
Take that.
comment. Make sure when you do, take a picture of your government ID and post that as well so that we know you're not under the age of 14. That's the only way to know.
So I have one last thought. There's an argument that if people like had their ID, they'd be more careful about what they say. Based on what I've seen on Facebook, where people have their full name posted and they say terrible things, like this isn't going to stop people being terrible. Like they don't care that their full name is out there. They're still going to do what they were going to write anyways. Anyways, go ahead, Danny.
Well, I was just wrapping it up. So that's been another Big Brother episode of Info Hazard. Join us again tomorrow, and Phil will be lighting your eyes and ears with another beautiful episode of Info Hazard.